Who was Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein was a wealthy American financier and convicted sex offender who built a vast network of powerful connections before his death in 2019. Born in Brooklyn, New York in 1953 to working-class parents, he never graduated college but worked as a teacher at the Dalton School before entering the finance world. Despite lacking formal credentials, he presented himself as a billionaire financier and elite money manager. His wealth reportedly came from managing money for two main clients: Victoria's Secret founder Les Wexner and private equity billionaire Leon Black, who paid him approximately $370 million in fees over the years. Epstein owned multiple luxurious properties, including a mansion in Manhattan, once the largest private residence in the city, a massive estate in Palm Beach, Florida, and two private islands in the U.S. Virgin Islands, Little St. James and Great St. James. The crimes, sex trafficking ring. The FBI concluded that Epstein operated a sex trafficking ring that exploited underage girls for decades, with investigators determining he abused more than 1,000 girls and young women. His longtime associate and former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, daughter of British media mogul Robert Maxwell, helped recruit and manage victims. How the trafficking worked: victims were often vulnerable teenagers. Some as young as 12 years old, recruiters approached them at schools, malls, and other places. They were promised modeling opportunities, career help, or money. Girls were brought to Epstein's properties in New York, Florida, and the Caribbean. Victims were required to give massages that escalated to sexual acts. Some victims were asked to recruit other girls. Abuse continued from the 1990s until his first arrest in 2005. The 2008 Sweetheart Deal. The case first emerged in 2005 when a 14-year-old girl's stepmother reported Epstein to Palm Beach police. An investigation revealed many victims, and the FBI identified 36 underage girls. However, what followed became one of the most controversial plea deals in American legal history. The deal: in 2008, Epstein pleaded guilty to state prostitution charges, soliciting a minor. Federal prosecutors dropped a 53-page draft indictment that would have charged him with sex trafficking multiple underage girls. He served only 13 months in county jail, not federal prison, during incarceration. He was allowed work release, meaning he could go to his office 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. Immunity was granted to potential co-conspirators. This deal was negotiated by the new U.S. Attorney Alexander Acosta, who later became U.S. Secretary of Labor under President Trump. Acosta resigned from that position in 2019 amid renewed outcry over his handling of the Epstein case. 2019 arrest and death after the Miami Herald's 2018 expose, led by journalist Julie K. Brown, renewed public attention. Epstein was arrested on July 6, 2019, on federal sex trafficking charges. He was held at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Manhattan while awaiting trial. Key events: July 6, 2019. Epstein arrested at Teterboro Airport in New Jersey. July 23, 2019. Found unconscious in his cell with neck injuries, placed on suicide watch. Then removed August 10, 2019. Found dead in his cell at age 66. The New York City Medical Examiner ruled his death a suicide by hanging. The death sparked numerous conspiracy theories, with many refusing to believe a man with his secrets could die by suicide in federal custody. Security footage from outside his cell was reportedly lost, and the guards responsible for checking on him were later charged with falsifying records. The 2026 document release. In January 2026, the U.S. Justice Department released approximately 3 million pages, 180,000 images, and 2,000 videos related to the Epstein investigation. This release was mandated by the Epstein Files Transparency Act, signed by President Trump. What was released? Flight logs from Epstein's private jets, Lolita Express emails between Epstein and numerous powerful figures, photos from his properties investigation, notes from FBI agents' previously sealed court documents. Key findings in the files: one note client list found. Despite years of public speculation and conspiracy theories, FBI investigators confirmed that no client list of powerful men participating in abuse was ever found. FBI agents wrote in their notes that investigators did not locate such a list during the course of the investigation. 2. FBI investigation conclusion. The FBI collected ample proof that Epstein personally abused underage girls, but found scant evidence of a wider sex trafficking ring serving other powerful men. Videos and photos seized from his properties showed no evidence of other men abusing victims. 3 notable figures named in the files. Important note: being named in the files or having contact with Epstein does not indicate wrongdoing. Many people were mentioned simply because they knew him, flew on his plane, or attended his social events. Prince Andrew, Duke of York, called the Duke in emails. Correspondence showed discussions about dinner at Buckingham Palace with lots of privacy and Epstein offering to introduce him to a Russian woman. Photos released showed Andrew with his arm around Virginia Giuffre, an accuser, and kneeling over a woman. Buckingham Palace has consistently denied any wrongdoing by Prince Andrew. Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, Prince Andrew's ex-wife, had affectionate email correspondence with Epstein, calling him "my dear, spectacular, and special friend Jeffrey, and the brother I have always wished for." She also referred to Ghislaine Maxwell as her best friend. Elon Musk? Emails showed Musk asking Epstein about visiting his island and specifically asking, "What day, night, will be the wildest party on your island?" Musk later stated he never actually visited the island and described his communications with Epstein as minimal. Bill Gates, Epstein drafted emails apparently never sent, making lurid claims about Gates. Gates' spokesperson called these claims absolutely absurd and completely false. Gates has previously acknowledged meeting with Epstein several times, but stated it was for philanthropic discussions about global health, not social purposes. Donald Trump mentioned hundreds of times in the files. Records show Trump and Epstein were friends socially from the late 1980s to early 2000s, appearing together at parties and events. Their friendship reportedly ended around 2004 following a dispute over real estate. The White House stated claims against Trump are unfounded and false. Bill Clinton. Photos released showed Clinton with Epstein, and flight logs showed Clinton flew on Epstein's plane multiple times. Clinton has consistently denied knowledge of Epstein's crimes, and his representatives stated he took 4 trips on Epstein's aircraft for humanitarian foundation work. Richard Branson. Emails showed Branson telling Epstein, "Anytime you're in the area, would love to see you. As long as you bring your harem." Virgin Group clarified that harem referred to 3 adult female team members who traveled with Branson for business purposes. Sergey Brin, Google co-founder. Emails showed Brin dining at Epstein's New York townhouse and visiting his island. No evidence of wrongdoing was found regarding Brin. Other names mentioned. The files also mentioned deceased celebrities, including Michael Jackson, Stephen Hawking, David Copperfield, and surprisingly, Janis Joplin, who died when Epstein was just 17, and Elvis Presley. Critics argue these names were included to purposefully muddy the waters and distract from the actual investigation. Disturbing content found some emails referenced an alleged penchant for torture videos and other disturbing content. Photos showed passages from the controversial book Lolita about a middle-aged man obsessed with a 12-year-old girl written on body parts. Some emails contained crude and explicit discussions about women and girls. Controversy about missing documents. Some lawmakers, including Representative Thomas Massie, argued that not all files were released, particularly internal Department of Justice memos about prosecution decisions. The DOJ insisted all required documents were released, except those needing redaction to protect victims' identities or ongoing investigations. The White House accused the DOJ of slow-walking the release and threatening to fire officials who did UNT comply fully.